Hello everyone, this is Geeta Srinivasan, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce from KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. I would like to discuss with you about the practical auditing. This is the continuity of the part 2. In this unit we will see about what is audit notebook. Audit notebook is a register. It is maintained by the audit staff. Why they want to maintain a register? If they observe any errors, doubts, queries, if they want to get any clarification from the clients, they will register it. It is also very useful to the auditor for his future reference. That is, when he is preparing his audit report, this register is very useful. And it also contains definite information regarding the day-to-day work performed by the audit clerks. If I say what it is in that register, I hope it will be very easy for you to clear it. Especially, there is two important information is there. One is general information, second is specific information. In the general information, you can see about the nature of the business, names of the principal officers, other powers, duties and responsibilities, and list of books maintained by the clients, and there is extracts of correspondence with statutory authorities. When it comes to the specific information, the date of commencement and completion of audit work, points which require clarification and further explanation, matters requiring discussion with the auditor, and particulars of missing vouchers, invoices, receipts, bills, etc. also is very useful. It is also written on it. And then details of mistakes and errors discovered, and notes and queries for subsequent audits. So these are the things which is contained in that register, and that it is very useful for the future, I said. What are the advantages in that? The documentary evidence, that is, the auditor notebook serves as a documentary evidence for the work being performed, and facilities in preparation of audit report. As I said, the audit report, when the audit report it is prepared, this register is very useful. And then evaluate the work performed by the audit clerks, so that the auditor can evaluate the performance of his own staffs. And then no dislocation of audit work. That is, an audit work note contains all important details about audit. Hence, any change in the audit staff will not disturb or discourage the audit work. And then, record facts and issues. It provides a record of all important facts and issues raising during the course of audit. So these are some of the advantages from the audit notebook. In this slide, we will see about what is audit working paper. Audit working paper are documents which record all the evidence obtained during financial statement auditing. That is, it is a paper and document which contain important facts about the accounts which are under audit, as called as audit working paper. What is objective of this? Planning, organizing, controlling and review of audit work. That is, the audit working paper provide a means of planning, organizing, controlling and reviewing the audit work. And the audit paper provides support for the report of the auditor. When the auditor's opinion on financial statement given by the auditor is questioned at that time, this working paper support the opinion given by the auditor, and this paper helps in dividing the audit work among the audit staff, so that each staff is responsible for his work, and then it is actually a permanent record of the audit procedure employed, and in future also it is helpful how it will be filed, so that for the further reference they can take this document as a evidence. And it is a link between the original transaction and financial statements. This is because the auditor worked to trace the business transaction from original books, and this working paper consists of internal control, questionnaires and comments on the working systems. So, what will be there in that working papers? The schedule of debtors, creditors and bank statements, correspondence and balance confirmation from debtors, correspondence from legal advisors and statutory authorities, certificate of officials with regard to bad debtors, certificate confirming cash balance, etc. are the things which are contained in this working paper. Now we'll see about what is test and routine checking. The test checking is a process of selecting and checking of a few transactions from a large volume of transaction. That is, they won't check all the things which are there in that book. They will select a few papers, few transactions, they will focus on it, they will check that one so that they can come to the conclusion what is the work of the whole thing. So when you come to the routine checking, when a business is a big or small, the record of its daily transaction is kept in the books of accounts. The daily checking of these books of accounts under audit is called routine checking. That is, every transaction, each and every transaction are checked every time, daily. That is called the routine checking. Now we have come to the very important topic of this unit, internal control. What is meant by internal control? Internal control is actually a wider term, and it includes the control of the whole management system. What is the principle of this? A good internal control system should have a proper plan of the organization, that is proper recording and control procedures, effective system of internal check. What is the objective of this internal control system? The general objective of this is to ensure that all the transactions and assets are properly accounted to the books of accounts. And there is also a specific objective. What it is? It is to check the arithmetical accuracy of a transaction, approval and control of the documents, to compare with the external sources of information and to compare the actual results with the budget. There is a lot of advantages in this control system. It checks errors and frauds, promotes operational efficiency, and it also safeguards assets and records of the organization, and it provides reliable data. But there is also a disadvantages in this internal control system. The drawback is the system is very expensive System does not focus towards unusual or extraordinary transactions, lack of intensive on the part of the employee and due to human weaknesses. So these are some of the disadvantages. That is, every time the work is again and again checked, so they cannot concentrate on the other works. So this is also one of the disadvantages. And the company required a lot of employees for this. That is, extra person has to be appointed as an internal auditor. So when the company is growing, when it is a bigger company, and the internal work system will take more expensive for them. And the form of internal control system, that is accounting control and administrative control. There is two type of control is there. It comprises the plan of the organization, procedures and the records that are concerned with the safeguard of the assets and the liabilities. What is administrative control then? It comprises a plan of an organization that is concerned mainly with operational efficiency. One more important topic in this unit is internal check. We'll see what it is. It refers to allocation of duties to the employees in an organization in such a way that the works of one person is automatically and independently checked by the other person. What is the objective of this system? The main aim of the system is reduce the errors and frauds, division of work, fixation of responsibility, and moral pressure over staffs, and reliability of records. So there is a lot of advantages in this internal checking system. The very important thing is the work is divided among the employees, so the employee may not feel the burden of work and they will perform their work very efficiently. The second one is moral check on employee. When the employee feel that someone is checking them, they will be more conscious in their work. They will try to give effective work. And the third important advantages in this system is reduction and prevention of errors and frauds. So automatically, when everyone is effective and conscious in their work, the errors and frauds will be reduced, and the efficiency of employee will be increased. Equally, there is also a disadvantages in this system. This system is very expensive. It creates a lot of confusions, and it gives overconfidence in the minds of higher officials so that they may take a risk of decision. And it is also a higher degree of risk for the auditor. So these are some of the disadvantages in this internal checking system. Finally, we have come to see about the internal audit. The internal audit is an audit which is conducted on a continuous basis by the employee of the organization appointed specially for this purpose to review the operations and records of the organization and to offer suggestions to improve the efficiency. So the objectives or the functions of internal audit is to check the accuracy of accounts, to review the internal control system, to protect the company's assets, to ensure that the company that has followed the accounting standards. There is a lot of advantages in that. It tries to reduce the errors and frauds, and quick presentation of accounts and reports, provides advisory service to management. There is a disadvantages is also there. It is very costly, so that the small organization cannot, it is not suitable for the small organization, and there is lack of expertise and conflicts between internal staff and other staffs. That is, there will be some disagreement between the internal audit staff and other staffs. So these are the disadvantages. I hope with this you must have understood what is internal audit. Thank you very much, audience, for listening my presentation. Thank you once again.